Hey everyone, County Commissioner Jimmy T. Smith, and this is my weekly wrap-up. This last Tuesday we had our regular County Commission meeting, and there's two areas of emphasis. One was the fact that we had an additional $2 million of revenue projected to be coming in this year, and that is because of the construction of the Duke gas cycle plants. So the two energy plants that they constructed is going to generate potentially $2 million extra in revenue that is unbudgeted for. So for lack of a better term, it's found money, what to do with it. So we at the County Commission meeting sat and talked about it and set our priorities. So I'm very proud to announce that we're going to put $1 million extra into a road repaving program. So good investment. Appreciate the fact that my peers all agreed with that. That was both Commissioner Kennard's my priority, and it's definitely needed. We also funded the move of the constitutional officers. So as an example, Angela Vick, who is our clerk of courts, is moving to another location. There's costs enrolled in that, and part of it was the plan to spend money next year. So we had the money. Why wait till next year? Get rid of that future cost. Spend it now. Smart move. And again, that was my peers that came up with that. Good job. Fully supported. The other area of investment was to reinvest in the need to replace equipment, especially in our road maintenance department. We have some equipment that's just old, outdated, and it's just hanging on together. Matter of fact, it's not unusual to see some of our workers on the side of the road under a hood trying to keep things running. So we're going to look to putting money into potentially $500,000, $600,000 into the buying of new equipment for our road department so they can keep up with these horrible roads. Now, one area that I want to put some emphasis on, and sadly it didn't go through, was the emphasis to build a new animal shelter. We already have a piece of land out by the jail. We have partners that we're currently working with on that. But for me, it would have had two answers to the problem. One is it would have helped with future animal services. But two, it also would have opened up economic opportunities at the airport for somebody to come in and use that land and hopefully create business opportunities. Sadly, my peers didn't support it. I'll work on it in the future. Who knows? Maybe someday we can have a better animal service. But I'll give this to my peers that the reason they didn't want to support it right now was basically because we have a new animal service director. She's doing phenomenal things. New studies were taken, and they want to wait until all these studies and best practices are done to see what the future space requirement is going to be. So I understand where they're coming from. I still think we should get ahead of it and not behind it, but I understand we had great debate on it, so truly appreciate that for my peers. As you know, the other item was the Central Ridge Pool. We're unsuccessful in committing to working with the Civic Association to take that over. Basically, what came down to it was I support putting some of the county money in to match any community coming in to repair the pool. This here way, it's not just the taxpayers fixing it, it's actually citizens stepping up and saying we're willing to participate and put our money in as well. It failed as that point at that time, but Commissioner Kennard was supportive to some extent, and Commissioner Coleman also said, listen, bring back a master plan. So we will put that back on the agenda. Still looking good this year for the pool, but the Civic Association and others of us are working very hard to try and bring that asset back to the community. Our next meeting is going to be on the 14th of May at 1 p.m. And I will once again bring up this issue of temporary signage and allowing a permit for those people who want to have things like agricultural events or seasonal businesses. So as an example, right now is the blueberry U-pick season. It's technically not legal to put out additional signage for their blueberry farms to tell people to come pick. We want to give them the ability to do this and advertise for their farms. And part of the reason is some of these farms are off the beaten trail and need additional signage to guide them to them. Other locations and other businesses do things seasonally. Inverness has a ordinance for that. Hernando and other counties. So right now we're doing some research. We're getting some information as requested by my peers, and we'll put that back on the agenda, and we'll hopefully support local business. And here's the thing. Today it was announced that the growth of the nation's economy was 3+%. And it surprised everybody. They didn't think it was going to be that good. They figured 2% plus. But it's 3%. That means the economy is humming. That means there's people out there, business out there, who want to invest in a community that's pro-business. And if we don't support our mom and pop businesses, then we can't claim ourselves to be pro-business. So hopefully I can get all the information requested by my peers at the previous meeting. I'll have it on the agenda at the next meeting, and we will have an ordinance that will allow our agriculture industry to be supported by the county to be able to generate revenue and keep them, especially keep them in the long term. We want our agriculture to stick around and be successful. So again, this is County Commissioner Jimmy T. Smith. I hope you enjoy the videos. Look up the information that you need for any of our past meetings. Our next meeting, of course, is going to be on the 14th. Go to www.citrusbocc.com. Go down to the left-hand side, and you will see a link there for agenda and minutes. You can get all past minutes that we have recorded, and when future meetings are put on there, you can click on that to get the agenda and the agenda minutes for all the information that you could ever want. So again, this is Commissioner Jimmy T. Smith. Thank you very much.